Hi everybody, Christine Furtado here. Come on and say hi. Welcome to Cup of Joy with Christine, 6 a.m. Cup of Joy with Christine. And yeah, join me weekly. Every week we're doing this Mondays and Thursdays, 6 a.m. Cup of Joy. So please join me and grab your cup of whatever it is that you drink first thing in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee this morning, and I have my mug now on Facebook Live. It actually, because I'm doing Facebook Live, the selfie version, you can't see this, it's backwards, but it's my sister's cup of joy, and I don't have sisters, but my wonderful sister-in-laws. I have lots of sisters, I call them, all my lady friends, and my wonderful sister-in-laws that I have gave me this cup because they think I'm a sister, and I think they are too. So come on, join me, and welcome, good morning, and tell me where you're from and what you're drinking this morning. So I have these, everybody asks me, why are you doing these at 6 a.m.? Because 6 a.m. Leaders get up early. And it's funny, I'm working with some different consulting clients, and that's one of the things that I really coach them into doing, is getting up early, and you'd be surprised how many don't. So it really makes a difference. That was a big shift in my life. We're going from as a professional accountant and being a manager, and wanting to be that great leader. So leaders get up early. So mark that down and start working towards that. So today I wanted to cover some traits and what makes a great leader. I'm quite obsessed with helping leaders. That's been my thing to do lately, and you know, just really trying to hone in on what makes great leaders, and I'm definitely honing in on a lot. So a lot of my Facebook Lives have been very much about this type of topic, and just making, you know, getting ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. So let's get started. So one of the biggest traits, and this is so true about leaders, is they have a vision. This is not just a goal. This is basically a clear and concise vision of exactly where they want to lead their team or their group or their company, where they want to lead them to, and where exactly they're going. You know, they're super passionate about it. They come with lots of energy around this vision, and they are super driven to get there, and you can't help but follow them. And so if you ever had someone, whether you're in, you know, whether you are an employee or even a manager, but you have a really great leader that leads the company, or if you're in the online space and you have a colleague or a friend that you know is leading their online company really well, same traits. It does not matter whether your business is online, offline, it all applies. Basically, being a great leader, having that vision, separates a great leader from even a manager type person. So basically, by having a vision, leaders tap into the emotion of their employees, their audience, their team. So that's really super key. And I've seen this in, like I said, I've been doing a lot of studying on leaders, and across the board, this seems to be a #1 trait. So vision is super important. The next thing is courage. Now, courage is one of those most outwardly trait. Courage is basically taking the risk without even having, you know, an outcome that you know is going to be a for sure or a certainty. So it's courage, it's willing to take that risk without any kind of certainty or assurance of accomplishment. So basically you're going at this alone, right? You're not afraid to do this. When you have that vision and that passion, you go at this alone. It doesn't matter. So a couple of good examples would be like Steve Jobs, and you know, Walt Disney is another great example. I mean, years and years ago when he was first starting out his vision of what he wanted to create, you know, there was nobody else to follow. This was just within him to do this. Steve Jobs, the same one, you know, same thing. He started out in his garage and, you know, had this super big vision, and look at the greatness. So those are a couple of really good examples. The third trait is integrity. And I love this trait. I live by this trait. It didn't matter whether I'm a leader or not. This is something I've always lived by when I was working in corporate and being a manager. It doesn't matter whether I was a clerical staff or a manager. I think this is something that makes a great person and a great leader. So integrity is basically, truthfulness and trust, and that's the core of it. And basically, it's all executives would probably agree with this, that's the number one, a really good trait. And basically, it requires you to obviously tell the truth to all people at all time. This is not just selectively whomever you feel like it. This is someone who exudes this kind of trust, to everyone at all the time, and you can see it right through them. So I love this trait. The fourth is humility, and humility is basically being humble. And someone who's a great leader is really strong and decisive, yet also very humble. They exude, self-confidence, self-awareness. They're really, they just have this real passion and this strength about them. They recognize the values in everyone without really feeling threatened. They can just see that. And, they're not afraid to admit that, they're wrong, and they don't really feel threatened with that. It's almost like a gracious type of a trait that is just natural to them. You can just tell they're just completely self-aware. So I really love that trait. So that was humility. Number 5 is being a strategic planner, and I really like this. Great leaders are really outstanding at this trait, and they have the ability to look ahead, to anticipate with accuracy, actually, where they're heading, where their company's heading, where their industry or even the market. They have that, they're able to just know where the trends are leading. So they just have that natural ability. And it's not always natural. Sometimes it's, they've just been a leader in their space for a long time and they have that experience. But it just becomes a natural thing for them. So strategic planning is super important. Number 6 is focus. And, great leaders, can focus. They can help everyone to be focused on the one thing that they should be, that leads into the direction of the vision, whether it's the company, the team, the audience. And they're just really excellent at performing at this, but also to recognize this in their people. They're very result driven, and they can help people to focus on this within the company, whether it's the team member, the clerical staff, the manager. They're also very forward thinking, and they just focus is their strength. So the 7th quality is cooperation, and I'm going to stick in there communication as well. Kind of goes hand in hand. So great leaders, they're kind of like a magnet. They attract people to want to come and work with them. And those people come because they want to, because these leaders have such great qualities that people want to be surround themselves with. They get along with everyone every single day. And I really like that. I think that's really key and important. I've met some great leaders that, may, kind of have a two-faced habit, I call it, where they're great with some people but not with others. So I love this, that, this particular trait where it's about everyone all the time. I think that's really key and really important. And, same with this cooperation, they go at this with no certainty and with lots of risk, but they know exactly where they're heading, and they're able to pull everybody in the right direction. And part of this is also that imagination that goes with it again. And again, if you think of Walt Disney, he had that great imagination that led him to his vision and focused on that. So I hope you find some great value in this, and let's just recap actually the 7 traits. So I didn't really say 7 at the beginning, but these are what I find are great traits are traits that make a great leader. So the first one is vision, having that clear and concise vision, know exactly where you're going. Number 2 is courage, which is an outward trait that is, really, really super important. Basically allowing yourself to take risk without any certainty whatsoever, but you just know, you have that power within you to know. 3 is integrity. 4 is humility and being really humble about things. Number 5 is strategic planning. And number 6 is focusing. Number 7 is cooperation, and I kind of snuck in there communication. So those are really, really great qualities that make a great leader. And so I hope you found a ton of value in this. If you did, please share it with other people. Share it with your friends on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. And if I can help you in helping you the direction of these qualities, please feel free to message me, PM me on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below there is a connection link that you can connect with me. Really, really love to help you. Like I said, I help, actually I don't think I said it at the beginning, but I'm a mindset, money mastery business coach as well as a professional accountant, and I help leaders to become successful and profitable within their company. So I'm really, really passionate about that. And so yeah, so share it and like and comment this video as well. I'd really appreciate it. And join me, like I said, weekly live every Monday and Wednesday at 6 a.m. Would love to have you here and join our community. We'll talk soon, and bye for now.